Well, I don't know if there's going to be any drama surrounding the Lakers or not. I mean, there's always drama surrounding the Lakers a little bit, but after Anthony Davis hit a big shot in Game 2 to give the Lakers a 2-0 series lead, and after it appeared that the Denver Nuggets were on their last laugh as well, they were able to come back, win this game last night to go make it a 2-1 series. And we'll see whether Game 4 continues that momentum that they're on, because I think it's fair to say that over the past couple of games, the Nuggets have been at least as good as the Lakers, if not better. And maybe arguably the Lakers are lucky to only have lost one of these last two games. But that was the major sporting news going on last night. Let me go ahead and bring in the crew in LA and discuss with them. And let me also tell you, we got a loaded program so you can kind of have an idea where we're headed. Maybe also make sure you download the podcast and don't miss anything. We're going to talk with Shannon Spake here in a little bit. Big news out of NASCAR with Michael Jordan's involvement with the sport, but also what's it been like to be on the road the past 2 weeks involved in NFL games. We will discuss with Shannon. In hour two, our Major League Baseball insider is John Morosi. We have at least two, maybe more, teams that were able to go ahead and lock up their divisions last night. The Dodgers, who, by the way, still haven't told us. I mean, do you think they would make this move with Cowherd or with Dan Patrick? They haven't told us where our cardboard cutouts in their stadium are. Now it's been basically 3 weeks, been over a month since I sent them over $1,000. Seems like somebody at the Dodgers could be like, oh, yeah, Clay Travis gave us $1,000. We can let him know where Danny G, Roberto, and I are.
There's a website on the Dodgers' actual website where you can see the cutouts. This is uploaded on 8/28. My wife went through the whole thing, and she's like, no, I don't see you guys anywhere.
But they weren't there on 8/28. They were put in the stadium on 9/2.
All right. The point is, it seems like if I gave them – thank you for that info, Roberto, and thank you for your wife's work. If I gave them $1,000 for charity – it seems like the least the Dodgers could do is actually let us know where we are in the stadium, because we have a lot of listeners all over the LA area, and a lot of people are watching Dodger games, and nobody has sent us a picture during a foul ball. Nobody has sent us a picture during a home run. No one in our entire listening audience has actually seen us at Dodger Stadium, which is a bit of an indictment because, Danny G, you told me that not only were they going to make sure that our cardboard cutouts were up, but that we would be in a prominent location.
Don't kill the messenger. I mean,
right? But I mean,
that is what they told. Yeah, that is the email thread. I mean, I think they copied you on it recently, too, because I was complaining so much that Dave Weiss, our Dodgers guy over at AM 570, said, I get it. A lot of the talent here at AM 570 are really upset with me because they don't have pictures of where they're located at either. And he said that the only reason the only reason they even knew Petros where he was because people spotted him and took pictures of it, and Oral Hershiser tweeted it out, and that's what created that little storm. So
I understood, but Petros told us he didn't actually pay himself.
No, the radio station's promotions budget paid for Petros.
So me, because I am the greatest human being who has ever existed on radio on Earth, I spent $1,000 in charity
and with that donation, we should have been literally behind home plate.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah,
here you are trying to save the children of Los Angeles.
Everybody in L.A. I've saved untold numbers of children with my cardboard cutouts that I've bought, and they now have locked up. The point on this is they have locked up the home field for, although I don't really think it matters that much.
Just the first round.
I know. They get home field for the first three against whoever the 8 seed is going to end up being in the NL. And we're down to just a few games left, and we still have no idea whether we actually ever have made it into the stadium. The Braves also have locked up a home field playoff series. And for people out there, we're going to talk about this with John Morosi, but in the second hour of the program, people out there who don't know, a ton of people last night when I was tweeting about the Braves, because I was watching this, of course, with my now 10-year-old, who's a huge Braves fan. And by the way, Dodger fans are in trouble because he says that the Braves are going to the World Series this year. But just so you know, maybe that's the ultimate revenge. The Braves, they're fantastic. They're responsive every time that I mention them. They're favoriting things. They let my son throw out basically the first pitch, at least how you do that in a modern socially distanced baseball era. But the Braves and every other team that finishes in the top 4 are going to host the first round of the playoffs inside of their stadiums. The Braves and the Dodgers in the NL we know already, probably the Cubs. But they are going to be able to play that first 3-game series at home. A lot of people haven't realized that because they've heard all the talk about the bubbles. But the bubbles only kick in once the first-round playoff series have taken place. But I don't believe there are going to be fans present for those 3 games.
No.
Even though, to me, there should be.
If
the local jurisdictions want to allow.
It looks like Rob Manfred's trying to push for the LCS and the World Series.
To have fans present.
Yeah.
But those will be taking place inside of a bubble, and that's a little bit of a wacky move to have fans present inside of a bubble. But I'm ready for fans to be present everywhere, no matter what. So those are 2. Do we have any AL teams that have clinched a home playoff series yet? Anybody know? I know the Dodgers and the Braves have, so that detail is there. So in hour 2, we'll ask John Morosi that question. And then in hour 3, we will talk with Chris Mannix, who is our NBA insider, and we'll find out whether there's any drama involved.
The Rays and the White Sox have clinched.
Rays and the White Sox have clinched as well.
Yeah.
So, all right, there you go. Half of the home fields have been clinched officially in the AL and the NL. There you go. Brilliant analysis that you're getting that you can't find anywhere else. Nobody does Major League Baseball better than us. There you go. All right, so the Lakers lose. Spin zone for you, Danny G. Why should Laker fans not care at all about this loss?
Well, I didn't think it was going to be a sweep. I figured the Nuggets would take 1 game in this series. It should have been a blowout, honestly. The Lakers came roaring back in the 4th quarter and blew a couple of golden opportunities to tie the game. With Jamal Murray shooting those threes the way he did, even with good defense on him, there's no stopping that. So it's not the end of the world.
Do you agree with me that if the Lakers lost this series to the Denver Nuggets, that Adam Silver would wrap himself in chicken cutlets and walk into a lake in Orlando to be devoured by alligators rather than have to realize that he might have the Nuggets? God forbid if it were the Nuggets against the Heat. I think he would pretend that series never happened. Do you think there's a decent chance that he would feed himself to alligators if the Nuggets end up winning this series?
I called my shot on this show with the Heat during the first round of the playoffs, remember? But, yeah, you're right, as far as ratings go at least. If it was the Heat,
I think 4 people would watch.
And the Nuggets, I think Silver would think about an early retirement.
Right now, 6 people are watching the NBA playoffs. If they ended up with a Nugget in the Heats, I think there might be 2. So there would be a major issue going forward. Dubs, is there any reason for Laker fans to be nervous?
I don't think so. I think, and also Adam Silver, he could just walk down to Carole Baskin's Big Cat Rescue.
No, that's a great point.
Cover himself in the chicken cutlets and just walk into a tiger cage. That could be victim number 2 for Carole Baskin.
Carole Baskin, did you see that she's doing Dancing with the Stars, first of all, and somebody sent me this link. Her family locally on the Dancing with the Stars debut, they bought a television advertisement to ask everyone watching Dancing with the Stars if they had any information about her first husband's disappearance to please notify the family. They had a massive, I think it was like $100,000 donation to charity if they were able to figure out what happened to him. They literally ran that ad during the Dancing with the Stars debut with her on it. Is she still in the show? Does anybody know?
I don't know, but I did see that ad. And another point, when I was leaving yesterday after the show, Bobby Bones was live on radio interviewing the one and only Carole Baskin, talking about her experience with Dancing with the Stars. So maybe, if Bobby Bones can get Carole Baskin, maybe it's something we should look into as well.
Well, we should certainly look into that.
I'm sure that they would tie your hands together, though, with what questions you could ask her.
What do I care?
Because right off the bat, you would ask her the real question everybody wants the answer to.
Well, that's right. So, but what do I care if Carole Baskin hangs up on me?
That's a good point.
I mean, am I going to be like, oh, my God, I'm never going to get another Dancing with the Stars as star again on my show for the rest of mankind's? I will be able to survive? No, of course I would ask her why
I
she killed
will
her
reach
husband.
out to that TV program today. I just hope that they're not ran by the same executives who run the Dodgers.
I want to circle back. Let's come back to the Dodgers here.
The disrespect.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Dub, can you believe that the Dodgers just won't even answer Danny G's questions about where we are in the stadium or if we're there?
It is a little shocking because I can't imagine there's too many more people with the same kind of question. You know, we're all the way to the end of the season.
Even if we didn't have a radio show that literally airs the Dodgers, games, like a ton of people are listening in LA right now. Even if you were just a regular person, it seems to me that as part of your charitable donation, being able to verify that your cardboard cutout is actually in the stadium would be the very essence of the donation. And there's no way this is happening to Cowherd or Dan Patrick.
No, I actually think it would happen to them.
I don't think so.
No, the Dodgers are pulling a power move on the personalities that they own half of the radio station of. So they
own half of the station?
Yes, they own 49% of AM 570.
Why did I have to pay? Why did I have to not look? I'm obviously a great
you're not an employee of AM 570.
I've lifted all of the children of Los Angeles out of poverty with my donation for the cardboard cutout for the three of us. But how in the world is this possible? Eddie,
they're too busy working on the gondola. Come on.
I mean, Eddie, you've been working at Fox Sports Radio since you finished serving in World War II. Have you ever seen a level of disrespect like this?
No, I can't say that I have.
Is it shocking to you that they won't even tell us whether we're in the stadium or not?
I mean, I would think that it is mandatory for anyone who donates the money to get a cardboard cutout that they inform them immediately where it's going to be.
And that they actually got a cardboard cutout for their donation.
Well, yeah, of course. That's the most basic part of it. But yeah, that should be standard along with, here's my check. And then, okay, here's where it's going to be. That's it.
Do you think they would do this to Cowherd and Dan Patrick?
I don't think they would.
Yeah, you're with me.
Yeah.
What about
I pulled up the latest email thread from last week.
I don't think I was on this email thread.
This is what Aaron at the DodgersFoundation.org told our friend Dave Weiss.
Is this Aaron with an A or Aaron with an E?
With an E.
Yeah.
Dave, sorry for the delay. I don't have stadium access right now due to COVID. My colleagues are working hard on getting someone in there to take a picture today. Stand by.
When was that?
This was last week.
Mm-hmm. So by today.
Stand by.
Yeah, stand by. We've stood by.
Yeah, and poor Dave, man, he's been getting beat up by all the on-air personalities at AM 570 as well.
Other people are complaining about this as well?
Big time. Yeah, because
he knew the job was dangerous when he took it.
For sure. I mean, he's been texting and emailing me like, dude, please tell Clay. Like, he sounds scared of you, honestly, because he's like, give Clay this update. I got a random text from him at 9 p.m. One day last week saying, dude, tomorrow morning, please let Clay know that I'm on top of this.
Well, there seem to be a lot of people claiming to be on top of things without anything actually happening. Right? I mean, yeah. I'm starting to wonder if there's a cover-up. I'm starting to wonder if we're not there.
They took the money and ran.
So I'm starting to think.
I'm thinking we're not there.
The Dodgers, Bonnie and Clyde us. All right. We'll ask Shannon Spake what she thinks about this because I think we're totally being torn asunder here. By the way, Dub, have you made any gambling picks yet for college football in the NFL?
I've made one pick for college football, NC State, which I think I mentioned yesterday.
Yeah, you told me the other day. Yeah, because
whenever that was, Justin Fuente came out and said he wasn't even sure if they'd be able to field the team. So I assume if they do,
which is not a good thing if you're a Hokie fan. But by the way, the line's down to like 6.5, and it was 11. What'd you get it at?
I got it at 8.
Yeah. All right. So you got over a touchdown. So we have decided. By the way, I am white hot right now because Dub and I both had the Raiders 6-1 in our last 7. I am going to, starting on Thursday, tomorrow I'm going to give you my college football gambling picks. Friday I'm going to start giving you the Outkick 6-pack as we roll into the weekend in the NFL. And right now I am giving you a gift an absolute gift from the heavens. If you go to FanDuel.com/Clay, all right, this is easy to do. FanDuel.com/Clay, that's my name, CLAY. You get $1,000 free to be able to gamble with. That's $1,000 real dollars if you live in Pennsylvania, if you live in New Jersey, if you live in Illinois, if you live in Indiana, if you live in Iowa, if you live in Colorado, and if you live in West Virginia. All right, that's 7 states. If your states do not allow you to gamble yet, if you go sign up at FanDuel.com/Clay, the minute that your state allows you to gamble, and there are going to be a lot of new states coming online soon, Michigan and Tennessee among them, they will notify you, boom, you get $1,000. You can gamble for free. FanDuel.com/Clay. Go get signed up today. FanDuel.com/Clay. We will have those picks for you on Thursday and Friday.